Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jonathan here again. I've been pretty busy out and about and taking care of this and that, but today I found myself working on my latest long rifle build, and this is probably going to be the most proud one that I've made. This video is going to touch on a few things. You know, I really want to let y'all, keep y'all updated, know where I'm at and everything. I think for future videos, I'm gonna start focusing on, some of the items that I bring into the eBay store for all of us, Daisy air gunners. I'll give you some insight on the Daisy BullsEye long rifle build that I've got going on here. I'll get you zoomed in on it and we'll look over it. I haven't really had time to give it its proper debut, but I've had it so long, it's just been, I'll let y'all in on it. But this is going to be a really nice long rifle build. I really wanted to go back and kind of give a tribute to the very first long rifle that I built, the KLR. And instead of being painted this round, I'm going to go ahead and blue it. I've already sandblasted the body on it. And that's where I'm at with that. I'm just building another long rifle. It's gonna have a real nice smooth body on it. I think y'all like that. This BullsEye here, from what I can remember on the numbers, I think I was touching 370s, 380s with it. But the thing that's been off-putting about it, and I have remedied it, is your rail on it. Check this rail out. When it comes into the rail, it fits, the front nose of this rail slips into the middle of the sight, just like your traditional ramp for your Red Ryder and all that. And it does not stay put. You're not going to be able to get your scope sighted in properly with how much play this is going to have in it. So what I did, I was even trying to finagle it around so hard that I broke the nose piece off of it. Just snapped it clean off. So I'll tell you what you need to do with these. Take your little anchor point here. Go another step, two rail marks back on it, and run a screw through there. Go ahead and pull your rail off. 16-inch drill bit. Get it centered. Go through it, and that'll act as your guide hole. And then go ahead and size it up for an appropriate machine screw where you can go down into the body. Now, just for illustration purposes, I've got this little doodad set up. Let's pretend this nail sticking up is going to be your anchor point, right? You put your screw, run your screw with your rail through the rear. That screw is not going to have any contact with your spring whenever it's centered in there. Your spring's always going to stay in front of your anchor point. If I find enough time in the coming days, I'll get her sighted in. I really think it turned out looking pretty awesome. I'm running a Penty 3x9x40 scope. It's illuminated on the inside. It does a good job on keeping it on point. Since we got the Diablo out of the way, I've named this rifle the Diablo. I kind of like it. It's catchy. But aside from that, I got another introduction that I'm going to be bringing onto the eBay store that I wanted to tell you guys about. And it's not a mod. I mean, it's a mod that a lot of us are familiar with, but some people may not be able to have the time or resources or know how to go out and get these mods. And I'm going to bring this on the eBay store. I'm going to keep the price real low on it. And I'm going to call this the top hatter. The top hatter is going to consist of 2 pieces, but I'm going to be selling them in a 3-piece kit. It's got a specialty machine. It's not a washer. I mean, it's actually a machine bushing. And I'm going to throw in a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch copper spacer. Whenever you place these on top to go onto the plunger assembly, it's going to look like a little top hat. That little machine bushing right there was not very easy to find, and you got to keep it, it's going to act as a saddle for the compression spring. And I've got a small handful of these that I had ordered, and how it's going to work is you've got your plunger assembly. Go ahead and slide in one of your copper washers. Slide on your bushing here, machine bushing. And then your spring is going to set down on top of that. Just like that. I'll be offering a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch size. This can be used with an OEM spring from Daisy, or also you can pair it with a cobalt spring. If you do a cobalt spring, I'd recommend the 1/4 inch because you're already looking at a performance mainspring. If you wanted to run a stock OEM, save some pennies, you could slide the 1/2 inch bushing in the rear. And I just wanted to help everybody out with that. I'm going to have it available on there here shortly. And that about sums it up for the top hatter. Now we all know that I'm offering up the carbon fiber shock tubes on the eBay store, and I want to give you all some personal insight on that. I'm not much for keeping secrets from anybody, but I want y'all to know where I'm coming from with this. In recent history, thanks to our government, the shipping on everything has gone stupidly high. And this carbon fiber shock tube that I offer, I'm wanting to keep the price the same on it. I don't want to raise the price. I have my buyers pay for the shipping, just so I can save a few dollars, Every penny helps on trying to provide for the family. But, okay, with the carbon fiber shock tubes, you can order them online from ACP, Advanced Composite Products or something like that. They're $6 a stick, 48-inch stick for $6. You think you're getting a good deal. And yeah, you kind of were in the past, it wasn't too bad. The shipping used to be $13 to get it shipped to you. Now the shipping is $30. So let's just pretend, I bought one 48-inch stick. I'm going to make some shot tubes for the Model 25, which are real good sellers, I can make 3 out of one stick. 3 or 4, I can't recall off the top of my head. So it makes no sense to buy, just one stick and have it shipped to your door. You're paying 30-something odd dollars for one stick. So you got to make every purchase count whenever you're sourcing a product. It's got at $6 a stick, you buy 6 sticks, that's almost $40. You pay $30 shipping on that, that's a big purchase, for, like for what I'm selling these for cost-wise. I gotta sell so many to recoup my money from shipping. And I try to do that in the most feasible way, I'm not out for the money really on that. I like sharing things with you guys. I hate to see it go away because it's such a cool mod, And I hand tool them. There's a time for hand tooling. And before you start to think ahead and say, well, hey, they could just cut that in half, Just tell them to go ahead and cut it in half there before they package it up and send you, a smaller length. Well, they kind of kick you in the nuts there too. They want, setup cost is I think $10 to set the machine up to cut it. And then each cut is $5. So, you say you bought 4 sticks, you bought 4 sticks. That's you're paying $10 for the cut. You want it cut in half, so there's $40, $40 for 4 sticks that you're cutting on. then, you know, you don't have the appropriate length to offer for the tube. It's just ridiculous, guys. And then on top of that, you know, the last 2 orders that I've made of these sticks, in each packing slip, I've noticed in the fine print, you know, on the order, it says discontinued. I haven't seen that online, but anyway, to add on to that, I said, okay, I'm going to have to make every penny count on this. So I opted in for 5 or 6 sticks. Can't recall. It was 5. I opted for 5 sticks. The shipping jumped up another $10, so they wanted $40 to ship 5 sticks. If I ordered 4 sticks, the shipping went back down to their lowest offer of $30-something. So there's that. Just know that I'm trying to bring you guys the best that I can, you know, without breaking the bank. You know, I want all of us to have cool things, enjoy them, you know. Okay, the rant's over on the carbon fiber shot tube. Sorry guys, I got carried away, but I wanted y'all to know about it. Another thing that I'm going to be bringing into the shop here later on is I found a more cost-effective, you know, time-efficient, cost-effective, you know, way of bringing dimensional gun stocks. You know, all my previous gun stocks, they were flat plank, you know, yeah, they look cool, but I wanted to offer y'all something more, and I'll give you an example. Here we've got traditional plank. You know, it's flat, round edge, typical Daisy air rifle style. It's got my own unique style with it though. This is a bad gun stock that I made, and it is dimensional. You know, I went ahead and fabbed it up first, you know, and then I found out, you know, that it wouldn't fit quite right up here. I was too narrow on the back. The bottom didn't fit up in there. So I've been cutting and playing with it. This is just going to be a bad gun stock all around. But I've been giving them dimension. And it does take a minute, you know. It takes, you know, once the plank is made, it's going to take about another half hour to get this shape out on it to where I'm satisfied with it. But I'm going to be offering them up for y'all as well. It'll be extra work, so there's going to be a little bit extra price in it. But I am going to keep them affordable for all of us, you know. And I'm kind of hung up on how I want to offer those as well, you know. Do I want to send them as to the customer as a bare blank, you know, meaning that they would have to drill it out, you know, slide it up in their gun, mark it, drill it. Should I offer it like that? Or should I pre-drill them for certain models to take that hassle away from it? It all depends on what the customer's wanting. I mean, I'm just hung on it, you know. What are y'all's opinions on it? I'd like to hear some feedback on it. Here's another little ditty that I made up for the eBay store for us. I call this one the Nut Nibbler on the eBay store. It's a North American squirrel, you know, its tail. I've got it copper wound up with a little bit of touch of epoxy, and it tucks up underneath the front of the forestock on your Daisy rifle. You can do it with other rifles too, but I offer this one, and here shortly I've got the hide for it. I'm going to offer up North American whitetail also. And I'm going to call them the Bean Smashers, because that's all them deer are good for around here. The reason that I made these was, you know, on those light windy days, which today clearly is not. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. It's just blowing hard, 30 mile an hour. But for those light breezy days, you know, you're trying to get a bead on which way the wind's coming from, instead of throwing some dirt down like the Indians used to do in them westerns. You know, you can just take a look down at your little nut nibbler there and get an idea of which way the wind's coming from. Well guys, it was a pleasure taking a little bit of a break out of the day and getting in touch with y'all and explaining some things and showing you this and that. I guess I'll catch y'all on the next episode. I'll keep in touch with y'all. If y'all got any questions, you know, feel free to leave a comment. If you like my episodes, you know, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget that little notification bell either. That thing slips my mind all the time with all these channels. But until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side.